Another typical day of school rolls around again. Lunchtime tends to be the high time of the day to most, but new government standards have left the rest of the school, my friends, and I in a state of hunger throughout the day. According to dailycaller.com on September 22, 2012, Representative Tim Huelskamp stated, "The USDA's new lunch guidelines are the perfect example of what is wrong with the government. Misguided inputs, tremendous waste, and unaccomplished goals." I believe that an action should be taken to repeal the Healthy, Hunger-Free Kids Act, otherwise known as the HHFK, because it has only resulted in educational problems, hungry students, and lost money for schools. The problem is that the HHFK is not working. The solution would be to repeal it, and the consequences of repealing it would be happier parents and healthier students. You will all soon realize that the HHFK, encouraged by Michelle Obama, has only had opposite results than was intended. I'm sure all of you guys have heard plenty of talk about the changes in the lunch program and have recognized these changes yourselves. Well, I'm about to tell you all the negative effects that have come out of this program. First of all, the Healthy, Hunger-Free Kids Act was put in place to reduce the number of obese kids in America. It has had the opposite effect, and I'll tell you why. This 850 limit program has obviously made school lunches smaller, resulting in hungry kids. When kids get hungry after a long day of school, they get home and shoot straight to the cupboards looking for whatever food they may find. Now, normal kids aren't going to grab the fruit or make themselves a sandwich. No, they're going to grab the junk food, something that will satisfy their appetite. And as hungry as they are, they're not going to stop with just one little treat. No, they're going to eat and eat that junk food until they're full. It's no wonder then that the HHFK has resulted in more obesity rather than less. According to a survey of 50 Wynot High School students on November 29, 2012, 66% say that they have been eating more junk food outside of school than usual because of this year's school lunch program. Furthermore, this year's lighter trays have pushed many kids to brown bag their lunches. Schools are now losing more money because kids don't want to eat the school meals. On September 28, 2012, Potsdam Central School District in New York stated that they used to serve more than 800 lunches a day, but that number has now been reduced to 600 lunches a day, which could translate into a $100,000 loss in revenue. According to WashingtonTimes.com, on October 2, 2012, a Wisconsin high school senior said, "Now lunch is worse tasting, smaller sized, and higher priced." When students fail to get a full meal, they generally lose the energy that they need to successfully finish the rest of the day's work, whatever that may be. Michelle Obama's program has created that problem. I mean, of course kids need nutrition, but let's face it, they aren't going to eat the salads, fruits, and vegetables that they're given. So when that is the majority of the food on their plate, they're going to starve for the rest of the day. It just wasn't meant to be. Nutritional plans for kids just aren't going to work. What they do not want to eat, they will not eat. The effects of hungry kids are endless. They will have headaches, loss of energy, loss of focus, weakness, and so on. They will even start hoarding food in their book bags, their bedrooms, and their lockers. On September 26, 2012, abcnews.go stated that Representative Steve King said, "Kids are of varying sizes, activity levels, and metabolism rates. How can we expect kids to flourish and grow on subsistence diets? All kids are different and live off different diets with different amounts. So what can we do about this catastrophe? The only real answer is to repeal the Healthy, Hunger-Free Kids Act." IWF.org stated on November 17, 2012, that Representatives Steve King and Tim Huelskamp are pushing for an act to repeal Michelle Obama's program. They have introduced the No Kids Hungry Act in the month of September to repeal the new lunch standards and to prohibit the calorie amounts. If this act were to go through, our problems would be solved. Students would be overjoyed to know that they will be getting the full meals that also satisfy their appetites. Parents will be happier than ever to know that they will be getting their money's worth and their kids will be getting the food and energy that they need. School cooks will even be relieved to know that they will no longer have to come up with full meals that also follow the calorie limits. It's easy to see that the No Kids Hungry Act, introduced by Steve King and Tim Huelskamp, will have much better consequences than that of Michelle Obama's HHFK. On September 17, 2012, TheHill.com stated that the No Kids Hungry Act will prohibit the calorie amounts, but also protect the rights of parents to send their kids to school with the food of their choice. According to huelskamp.house.gov, on September 14, 2012, Tim Huelskamp is pushing for this act because he has heard numerous complaints that the new regulations are leaving student athletes undernourished before high-intensity athletic practices. The HHFK was established because some students are overweight. That is totally true, but why should all kids be put on diets? The government has gone too far on this one. As you can see, the HHFK has created more problems in the nutritional value of our students. Michelle Obama's program has caused hungry students, lost money for schools, and educational problems. That is why the Healthy Hunger-Free Kids Act should be repealed. It seems to me that if this act were to continue, the kids will be given the choice to either starve and live with low energy or to start making stashes and filling up on the junk food.